So it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these. I figured I'd just give a small update. Been kind of busy, life and all that. It's getting towards summertime at this point. Well, actually it is summer a couple days into it. Life's been busy. Um, I figured I'd just leave a little quick missive. Most of the time I usually do videos in advance just to keep on top of things. And with that, I try to not wait until, the last minute to produce something. So it's like I try to do things in advance because I try to plan and prepare for, oh, I may be gone a while. There may be problems with the computer. Any number of little things that may come into hand or to I do these plans in advance in order to make sure that content continues to be brought out. And sometimes that means just digging through the archives for a couple days and snagging clips or doing a video of a game, etc. And with that, the progress at this point, well, when I first started doing it, I wanted to be at least a couple of weeks in advance, have videos done and uploaded a couple weeks in advance in case something happens. And at this point, I guess I've been doing it so much that I guess I'm almost done with the year. It's crazy. Like I'm right now, I'm uploading most of the stuff for November, and then probably going to eventually do December. But long story short is I'm trying to. I'll probably just try to finish out the year and then just fill in blanks. And by blanks, I mean, let's see. Like usually I release on, well, originally when I first started, it was Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, and Friday was like the big videos, and Sunday and Wednesday were like for short stuff. As I kept doing videos, I realized, hey, I'm making more than I'm actually producing or releasing. So I started doing Tuesdays. With the release of Dead Island 2, I figured I'd just make that for Tuesdays. And I'll just, a lot of the majority of Tuesday stuff will be just Dead Island related. Just because I had so many stupid and funny moments I wanted to share. As I'm nearing the end of my uploads for November, December, whatever I have left at that point, I'm going to go backwards and I'm going to just try to fill in all of Saturdays up until today's date, which is what, June 27th, and then pick another day, either Thursday or Monday or Monday, and just continue to crank out stuff and go backwards until it's like towards the end of the year you're gonna see me producing content or gonna have releases nearly daily. That's just me trying to get rid of stuff so that I don't have stuff that's like super super old, because some of the stuff is super super old, and by that I mean like a year ago, 2 years ago, back during COVID, for God's sake. I mean that's just how slow I was in releasing content. But yeah, I'm gonna try to flesh out all the old stuff, and once it's mitigated enough to where I feel it's good enough, I will start moving into 2024 and continue on. As far as the Fridays go, that's pretty much covered. I've got other videos. I'm trying to decide if I want to attempt finishing a couple of games that are just kind of like, I look at them like, fudge, do I really want to try this? Because there's one game in particular that is just, the level's extremely difficult for someone like me, and it's just I'm like, I could produce a couple of videos of that, but I don't know if I could finish it. So I think it's 198X, I don't even know how to produce it. It's like a late 80s, early 90s throwback game, and I'm stuck on the Shinobi level. I don't have the dexterity that I once had. I mean, shoot. Speaking of like old retro games, eventually what I want to do also is, if I get enough followers, eventually I want to produce some of the old games, like stuff I used to play on like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, PS1. Like these are legit like actual console recordings back when I think only VHS was available. Like I don't yeah, I think VHS was the only recording media at that time. It's been a while. Anyways, content's going to keep coming, and as the year progresses, you're going to start seeing more and more of it coming out. That's just me, like I said, trying to flesh out the videos so that I don't have like a lot of ancient videos being updated. I mean, obviously you guys will never know if it's ancient or not, but for me it's like, some of my friends are like, dude, that happened to you a couple years ago. Why you, what? So I want to try to keep things fresh. I'm gonna try to play more modern games as well. Try to put content out on that and we'll see how it goes. My real life keeps me fairly busy, full-time job, actually overly full-time job. Plus, like I said, sometimes, that depression kicks in and I just don't feel like doing crap. That's the other reason I wanted to do videos ahead of schedule, because sometimes it's just like, I don't really feel it. And as for an update on, the depression side, I think that was my last video. That's actually not been bad. Since the release of Dead Island 2, I've been mostly focusing on that, a couple games, hanging out with friends in VR chat like here. And yeah, I can't remember how many books I mentioned that I was up to in the last video. I'll have to go back and look. I'll put the subtitle down below. It's not a whole lot of books read since, which means, I have gotten a lot better, at least for now. It's one of those roller coaster things, as I tell anybody in life. Yeah, depression is a roller coaster. So yeah, right now I'm not at I guess I don't know do I call it a peak or do I call it a valley? I don't really know what to call it. It's also on the menu. Still trying to work towards getting VR gear. I'd really like to, but again, finances. I have debts that I need to get rid of and clear first before I throw myself further into debt, which would be really nice to get rid of. I hate paying all that interest. It is a lot. I keep telling myself this is the year I'm going to get VR gear, and then I was like, fluff. I'm not going to be able to get it this year. Just too many things that I have to prioritize. Adulting, am I right? Sucks. Eventually, it is a fever dream for me to get VR gear, and by full VR gear. I would love to be able to produce shorts here in VR chat and some other VR games to be able to be a little bit more proactive. It's nice being a desktop user, but it also sucks being a desktop user when everybody around you is like, oh, I've got like upper body tracking and I've got full body tracking, and I'm like, I want to be one of the cool kids someday. Anyways, I'll go ahead and cut this short. Videos are on the way. You're gonna see a lot more of them as the year progresses, just because I'm clearing out inventory. Life's goals, yeah, getting there. Eventually, I'll get to you'll see a little bit more proactive version of me in this game. For now, you're gonna have to be stuck with me staring at a mirror and looking like this. So for now, I'll go ahead and let y'all go. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.